on the welfare dime, 'cause they can't buy a job. Man in a silk suit hurries by, catches the poor old lady's eye. Just for fun, he says, get a job. That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe it? That's just the way it is. Some things will never change. That's just the way it is. Oh, but don't you believe them? Hey everybody, welcome to MT Guitar. Today we're doing Bruce Hornsby, The Way It Is. Bruce Hornsby is a virtuoso pianist who actually plays jazz and bluegrass and as well as pop and the things that he's most known for. So when you encounter players like that, whether it be Bruce Hornsby, John Mayer, James Taylor, people who can, Paul McCartney, people who can play jazz or classical or bluegrass, it's quite a interesting thing to learn their songs, because usually they're quite gifted instrumentally as well as being lyric and songwriters. So it gives us a chance to learn piano, which I love to learn piano on the guitar, piano songs. It's an interesting challenge. It presents us with maybe new chords and new voicings that we don't see every day, and kind of expands our vocabulary. So quite a workout, definitely an advanced lesson. So what I'll do is I'll break down, a beginner style of playing this if you just want to play just the chords. But stick around, because there's a lot of ways you can approach this. And one thing you can do is just try to nail the exact piano part, which is a little more advanced. So there's something for all. Check the description below and check out the links. Check out the Patreon and leave a comment and a thumbs up, and make sure to subscribe. So with that, let's get started on this lesson and zoom in. Okay, so the best way to start this is really when the drums come in, because before the drums come in, he's sort of riffing in a virtuosic way or in a highly technically challenging way with jazz voicings and things that are a little beyond the scope of this lesson. And basically what he's doing is he's doing a variation of what the main piano part is doing anyway. So if you learn the main piano part when the drums come in, you'll have an easier time approaching the intro if that's something you're interested in. So the drums come in, and then we have this chord melody. What chord melody is that there's a melody with chords underneath it. And two instruments do this really well, piano and guitar. Guitar, you don't see it as much because pop and rock doesn't really feature highly difficult chord melody on guitar. If you're interested in doing that, you would have to go to jazz. And occasionally you'll see some chord melody in pop and rock. But generally what you see is a rhythm and lead guitar in pop and rock, meaning somebody's doing the chords, somebody's doing the melody. And that's great. That's why we love guitar. But this is something that I love doing, so we're going to do it. And it's what the piano's doing. All right, so we're going to do 10th fret, 2nd string. This is a fingerstyle tutorial, by the way. You could try it with a pick. It's going to be harder, in my opinion. 10th fret, 2nd string, 7th fret, 1st string, and then an A minor 7 chord here. So 5th string open, 4th string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 9th fret, first 2 strings, bar, 8th fret. It's a common jazz voicing here. Okay, and then we hit those 5th and first 3 strings twice. Okay. And then an E minor 7, but hit the bass 6th string and the first 3 strings. Okay. Good. Now 10th fret, 2nd string, pull off to 8. And now 4th string open, it's a D, 7th string, 3rd fret, 10th fret, 2nd string. Then bar the 7th fret, 1st string with the 1st finger and hit that 1st string. Okay, so see? Now we go C. You could do the C full bar chord. I like to do this. 8th fret, 6th string, 10th fret, 4th string, 9th fret, 3rd string, 8th fret, 2nd string. So it's just easier for me. Okay. Now you go 7th and 8th fret for 2nd and 3rd strings, and you hammer onto the 9th fret, 3rd string, and then back to 7th fret, and then 10th fret, 4th string, and then a G. Doesn't look like a G, I know, but it's the C shape of G. So it's 10th fret, 9th fret, 7th fret, 8th fret. Nice little C shape there. I'm kind of doing this. Kind of unraveling the chord there. Sorry. Hitting the 3rd string and then accompanying it. Okay, good. Then 7th fret, 1st string, and then you're going to play a G over D here, so D bass, and then a G sus. So 7th fret, 8th fret, 7th fret, hammer on to 8th fret, 1st string. Back to 7th fret, 10th fret, 2nd string, pull off to 8th fret, and then a C, 8th fret, skip a string, 10, 9, 8. All right, that's the whole thing. Let's do the nice and slow. One more time. Second time it's just this. 7 and 9, hammer on, back to 7. And then the G over D. Okay. That's the really awesome piano intro that we hear with the drums. Now the verse starts. So for the verse, we'll do an exact version of the piano part, and then at the end I'll do a little more basic version for somebody who's just looking to play the chords right away without matching the exact piano voicings. Now, when I say the exact piano voicings, what I mean is that what's important to find is the top note. In this case, it's of each piano chord, and you can clearly hear that. And as long as you get the bass and the chord quality and that top voice, you're essentially going to be playing the piano part on the guitar, which is kind of a cool thing to be able to do. So it can sound exactly like Bruce Hornsby there. So let's go through that. It's going to be open, 5th string, 7th fret, 9th fret, 8th fret bar with the middle finger, first 2 strings. And we're going to pinch all 5 strings or 5th string and first 3 strings, either way, twice. You could also strum them, but I recommend pinching them twice on a quarter note. 1, 2, good. Now an E minor 7, bass here on the 6th string, and a 7, 9, 7, 8, 7, so twice. And then a D triad, which is going to be 4th string open, which is the D string, 7th fret, 3rd string, 7th fret, 2nd string, 5th fret, 1st string. Pinch those strings twice. C add 9, 3, 2, 0, 3, 3. pinch those twice. Now a G twice, D sus4, 0, 2, 3, 3, and then you pinch that twice, and then you anticipate the C add 9, and then you strum it a little bit because we have time. So that's the first entire phrase. Let's run that. Standing in line, killing time, waiting for the welfare time, 'cause they can't buy a job. Pretty sweet, right? Now an A minor 7 for the second phrase, but we hear the top voice as the third fret, or a G, on the first string. So 0, 2, 0, 1, 3. Twice. E minor, but the third fret first string is the top note, so 0, 2, 2, 0, 0, 3. And then a D, a regular D, and then anticipate the C add 9. And then a G twice, D sus4 twice, C add 9 twice. Okay, and that's the entire verse. Let's run that from the beginning. Second phrase. Good. We've made it to the chorus. Let me do the chorus first, and then I'll show you a beginner version of the verse. All right, we do this really cool exactly what the piano's doing there. It's actually not that bad, not that difficult. So we're going to do middle finger, third fret, sixth string, first finger, second fret, third string, and third finger, third fret, first string. All right, so that's what we have so far. These three fingers. Okay, and we're going to do a sixth and third string together. And when you hit the sixth and third string, you hammer on to the fourth fret, third string with your pinky. Like that. And then you hit the first string. Then you go open to second, and then first fret, sixth string with your thumb, and then third and fourth fingers, third fret, fifth and fourth strings like a F major 7. And you hit O to 2, and you hit sixth and first string together. You could just go, if you don't want to use your thumb, first, third, third, second. I like the thumb. Okay? Got that? So O to 2, third string, sixth and first string together on an F major 7. And I like to have the whole chord there in case I make a mistake and play more than one string. And then O to 2 on the fourth string, and then third string open. And then strum a C over G bass, kind of the bass strings of a C over G. Third fret, second fret. That's just the way the whole thing nice and slow. That's just the way it is. Kind of difficult, but doable. Last time, nice and slow. Oh, but don't you believe it? And then the intro part that we already covered just happens once, right? Back to the second verse, which is the same exact thing. So you've actually learned everything if you've done the intro, the verse, and the chorus. Why don't we circle back a little bit and we'll do a more beginner or accessible version of everything. Now, you could just do G, F major 7, C, G, F major 7 to C over G. Now, the intro I can totally relate if it's, you're not ready to do that, or you're not interested in doing that, that's totally fine. So let's just cover a basic way to do that. A minor 7 actually, anticipate to E minor. Da, da, ba, D, C. Everything's anticipated there. So E minor, D to C, G, D, C. Repeat. A minor 7, E minor, D, C, G, D to C. Good. That's the intro without the fancy melody. Then if we do the verse, we can do a similar thing where we just kind of play the same chords, but we straighten them out, meaning kind of play on the quarter notes. So A minor 7, E minor, D, then to C, G, then D, then to C. Again. A minor 7, E minor, D, anticipate the C at 9, G, D, then to C. That's just the way it is. That's totally fine. All right. So you've got an easier version of the intro and the verse and the chorus, or you could try to do the more advanced piano part. And the song repeats, the form repeats, I should say, and the solo is basically just the regular verse chords. And Bruce is just ripping, just amazing, stuff. So check that out, and he's quite a soloist as well, meaning he can play instrumental solos on the piano really well. So there you go, advanced, but something to help you improve. I've gotten better in one day as a player just learning this song, both in fingerstyle and in my chord ability. So hopefully that's clear, and happy practicing and enjoy. All right, well done. So definitely something to chew on for quite a while. I know that this will keep me busy. So subscribe to MT Guitar and hit the notification bell. Other than that, we'll see you next lesson. Bye.